Yeah, we're on, bro.
Welcome back to episode 8 of the Three Putt Schmucks. Here we go. We're here. We're live. We're chatting. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really good.
Cheers. Happy Thursday.
Cheers to you, mate. Living our best lives here, aren't we?
We are. I just need to turn my volume up a little bit because I'm struggling to hear you.
Um,
There we go.
What's been happening?
Not a whole lot of fun stuff, mate. Just flat out at work, hey?
It's just been a bit like that, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
It has. Straight on topic though.
Well,
Last time,
let's not muck around.
no, I haven't swung a golf club at all this week. I haven't even picked up a golf ball. I haven't done anything.
Me neither, and I'm depressed.
Yeah, I was driving past the course on the way home from the girls' tennis lessons yesterday, just like looking out the window.
Yeah.
Watching all the people play.
Yeah. What could be?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
But yeah, I went out last Friday with the hockey guys. We spoke about that
Yeah.
in the last episode.
Yeah. So I was actually I was really excited for you.
Yeah, I was pumped, especially considering the weekend before I'd hit a 46 around the front nine there, and I was like, I am on.
We are ready.
Yeah, this is going to be a day. So I left the big clubs in the bag again. I went there with the same intentions as I did the week before.
Yeah.
I got my tee times mixed up, and I got there. I was going to get there an hour early to warm up.
Yeah.
I got like 2 hours early and ended up sitting in the sun and having a beer.
Did you warm up, or was just having a beer your warm up?
No, I went putting green, chipping green, nets. Went 9-iron, 7-iron, 5-iron, 3-iron in the nets.
Wow.
Like went for a proper warm up. I felt it almost immediately in the nets.
Yeah.
That I wasn't hitting it as well as the week before.
Okay. But you gave yourself some time though.
I did.
Yeah.
I really, really did. I put my glove on for the first tee this time.
Okay.
And I didn't top it.
Love that.
So I still opened the first hole with a double bogey.
Well, that's all right though.
Which I don't know what it is about that first hole at Gosford. I don't think I've ever not got a 6 there.
Okay. So par 4. You
Par
left
4, I think it's like
you left your driver in the bag. Did you leave your driver in the bag?
I left my driver in the bag until the tee of the 9th.
Yep.
Because my front nine was horrendous.
So what did you get on your front nine?
57.
Yeah, ouch.
Which was it was good conversation on the course though, because we're chatting between us, going, "This is the quintessential golf game."
Yeah.
You were here 6 days ago, and you shot 11 less on the same holes.
What? Yeah. So what's the difference there? Is that just pure inconsistency, amateur spec? Just what?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it was the second where I got the birdie the week before.
Yeah. And
I just went a little bit too far left.
Yeah.
Hit a tree, went out of bounds, lost the ball. It's like, well, that's golf.
That is golf.
And I've got a 7.
So, yeah, okay. So you started off pretty badly. Can we just quickly touch on? Double bogey on the first hole, and then you've hit a 57 through the front 9.
I'm just going to open the scorecard quickly. Yeah. I essentially went. Look, it's still less bad than what I was doing at Pete's Ridge and Torwoods though.
Yeah.
Because it was just a mix of doubles and triples.
Okay. But that sort of leads on to my point in asking you: was there any difference in how you felt when you were playing and when you were out there compared to those 2 previous games? Where you were able to okay, that was a bad front 9. I'm not going to carry that on to the back.
Well, when we got to the end of the front 9, it was just like I kind of thought, I'm not breaking 100 here today. Unless I go out and shoot a 43 around the back. I'm over 100. It's done.
That's what I said to myself a couple of weeks ago when I think I can't remember what it was. It was like a 53 on the front nine, and then I'm like halfway through the back, and I'm like, okay, I need to par everything here, like the last 4 or 5 holes to break 100. I'm like, I've never hit 5 pars in a row in my life.
Yeah, yeah. So I got before. I think I was halfway down the fairway on the ninth, and I was like, "Boys, I'm going to the clubhouse to get a couple of beers before the back nine."
Yeah,
Whatever.
going for another
So
walk.
I bought 2 beers, drilled the first one on the 10th,
Yeah,
drank the second one on the 11th.
yeah,
But that's where it started to clean up a little. And I got to the 14th and went, hang on a minute. I think I had, there's 5 holes left. I'm like, if I get 1 bogey and 4 pars, I'm on for being on 100 here.
yeah.
And I went par,
Us
double birdie. So I was only,
one shot. What?
no, it wasn't. It was more than that.
Two. Were you 102? Were you?
104.
104. Okay.
I just got my maths wrong. But there was a time going into the back where I thought to myself, I might not be out of it here. And then I got the triple on the 13th. That's right. And that ruined everything.
Yeah,
But then after that, I stopped caring because I thought, oh, it's a blowout, whatever. The whole game's ruined.
it's
And
not.
I'm still playing really well.
It's not 121, is it?
No.
Yeah.
No. Highlight of the day, though, was the 18th. Drive up, straight down the middle, kind of early 200 somewhere. Then pulled out one of my mate's hybrids.
Yeah.
Hit that about another, I think, 180 into the fairway. Then I fatted my 60, about 10 odd meters. But then I played a beautiful flop shot and I chipped it in for a birdie.
Chip in for a birdie. Wow.
Yeah.
How, where were you? Just off the green or?
I was probably about somewhere between 15 and 20 meters out with a really big bunker and an elevated green.
Yeah.
So I just opened it up and just hit it as hard as I could. I'm just going to put it really, really high.
Yeah.
And make it stop. And apparently, I couldn't see it, but apparently it landed like a foot away and then just trickled in.
Oh, so you didn't see it go in?
I didn't see it going. I saw everyone else that was up around the green start cheering.
What a feeling.
Yeah, it was great. Great way to finish.
Yeah, and then that's great, mate. You're finishing on that, you're just going, oh, I just got to get out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on the Schmuck KPIs here.
Yep.
Which is, for people who don't know, the way that we are measuring our game
And how we...
and on this everlasting journey to break 90.
Yeah.
So the things we're measuring, I can't even talk, bloody hell.
Yeah.
The amount of triple bogeys, the amount of blowouts, which is 4 over or more, the amount of 3 putts, and the score.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually even worked this out yet, so I'm going to have to count it on the fly.
Let's go for it.
So the amount of triples, I had 5 in total.
Okay.
The amount of blowouts, I had 0.
That is well done to you.
Yeah, that's a massive improvement.
Huge improvement.
3 putts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so our podcast is still relevant.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So, and I shot a total of 104. So, compared to my 118 at the Springs and my 121 at Tallwoods, I had 7 triples, 4 blowouts, and 7 3 putts.
Oh.
That was pretty, and the Springs wasn't much less bad than that.
How did you ever bounce back from that?
I don't know, mate. So, I was thinking about this after the round. I had 2 lost balls that game. So, essentially, I've lost that first shot and I've lost the drop.
Yeah.
So, there's 4 wasted. I'm at 100.
That's it.
I turned those 6 3 putts into 2 putts. I'm at 94.
It's the finer margins, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've decided that all I'm going to focus on, because I can hit my kind of mid-range clubs from, you know, 80 yards to 150, probably the best out of the whole bag.
Yeah.
It's my first tee shot and making sure I'm in the middle and not losing balls,
Yeah.
and then my really short game that's letting me down. So I'm just going to focus on getting off the tee and focus on putting and just rein those numbers in.
I love it. That's a great plan.
Yeah, and then hopefully I'm turning a few of those triples into doubles and a
Yeah.
few of the doubles into singles.
Yeah. It'll quickly drop down, won't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the idea. Um, because the handicap's rather healthy at the moment after that round.
What?
It actually went up.
Your handicap went up.
Yeah, it's at 32.3.
Okay.
But that's including all those big bad rounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And so yeah, that's the thing. The next few rounds, those sorts of games won't exist anymore, and
yeah,
it's only on the down from here, isn't it?
that's it.
Yeah.
See, I was disappointed at my front nine, especially after the front nine I'd had the week prior.
Yeah.
But as an overall game of golf, when I looked at the numbers afterward, I was like, I'm out of that little dip I thought I was in.
Yeah. And because it's like your best game in a couple of months, do you think like how you were feeling when you got there? Like you got there a couple of hours early, you had a nice big warm up, and you were just chill and just relaxed. Played a part in you playing better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. I think the front nine's a hard one because I had those two lost balls.
Yeah.
So there's four. That turns out 57 to 53 if I just don't make those two mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's... Yeah. I'd mixed emotions at the end of that front nine.
Of course you did.
57 is pretty rough.
Well, the 2 beers helped.
Yeah. Yeah. But then that's golf, right? You go into the back nine, which is arguably harder than the front nine there, and you do 10 better.
I thought you were saying that's golf because you had a couple of beers.
That too.
Yeah. I remember I had a lesson years ago, and the coach told me that, mate, I reckon all you need is a couple of beers just to calm down, and it's stuck with me ever since. Always take a couple of beers on the course, and you just relax. You don't try and hit it too hard. You just calm down a little bit, and yeah, just have a good go.
Yeah, that was my attitude walking up the ninth. I was like, well, it's not going to get much worse.
Yeah, let's just
go for life.
Swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you end up playing last week?
Mate, I'm the same as you, driving past the golf courses, just looking out and wondering what it could be like, because I haven't played in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So I went to Townsville last weekend.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
That was a good time. Yeah, so went up to watch the Cowboys to play Parramatta Eels. And for those that don't know, I'm a massive Cowboys fan. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
No, I thought you were about to say the score. I was just trying to read the conversation, but I've obviously let you down.
You really let me down there. Can you confirm that you know that I'm a massive Cowboys fan?
Yeah, I do know that.
Okay,
yeah.
That's been confirmed. Yeah, so they went on. They won. Happy days. They've won 6 games in a row now and charging towards the finals. So, yeah, that was good. So didn't play any golf though. So that's the hard part about that.
Oh, I do have a question. I noticed that you and Bowen went and walked up the same hill twice, 2 days in a row.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Do we need to bring Bowen on to help explain? Because I had no idea what I was doing. Well,
I was watching the video of it being like, I bet these blokes had a gutful at the footy last night. Now they've gone and walked up 1,000 stairs again.
Yeah, it was a funny one. Like, we originally said that we wanted to do it, whether it's on the Saturday or the Sunday. And So it's called Castle Hill, and it's in Townsville, and it's like 400 meters of elevation in like 1K. It's just ridiculous.
That's gross.
And so we did it on Saturday morning, and we didn't really have many beers on the Friday night. Just had a few, but we didn't really get too stuck in. So we did it, and then like after that, we were feeling like really good because like we just sweated it all out, and we felt like, yeah, great, that's all good. Went back, had a swim, and then went out, and then yeah, Sunday comes around, and Bowen's just like, we're doing it again, and I pleaded.
Why was he so desperate to do it again?
Because he's a psychopath, mate. I don't know. I feel like he just, I don't know, a bit sadistic, just wanted to see me in pain. And I tried. I tried my hardest in saying, let's just go have a nice brekkie, a couple of coffees, and we had to do it. So we did it. I ended up just leaving him behind. I was just that quick up it.
No good.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I still don't know why we did it twice. It'll go to my grave.
Oh, you'll have your opportunity to get him back in a few weeks in Port Stephens.
Yes. Yeah. Look, all the boys catching up for a big weekend of golf.
It's going to be good.
Cannot wait for that.
We're walking too, so you can really rub it in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so considering that I don't have any personal golf chat, we could bring on the new segment.
Yeah.
Cool.
We should move right into this.
Do you wanna kick it off, mate?
Yeah, for sure. So we've always spoken about pro golf and other sport chat and all that, and we've decided to make it a little more structured and a little clearer. And we're going to be doing the Bird and Bogey top 5, which is the top 5, in our opinion, sporting things of the last week or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just things we want to talk about. We're going to limit it to 5 things. We're going to keep it a little more structured because otherwise we'll just ramble. Once we start, we rarely stop.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Bird and Bogey top 5. Coming in at our number 1 of the Bird and Bogey is Brian Harmon collects the claret jug. So, that was a big one for the Ricky Ponting lookalike.
Yeah. Did you see the Australian players getting interviewed about that?
No, I didn't see that, but
I can't remember who it was getting interviewed, but it was someone from, I think, Fox Sports back here.
Yeah.
Go like, has everyone congratulated Ricky on his win?
It is dead set doppelganger.
Yeah. Apparently they play golf the same way as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking about Brian Harmon and his golf technique, so he's right-handed, but he plays golf left-handed.
Weird.
How weird is that? So
Yeah.
he's like he does like apparently he does like heaps of other sports and Mad Fisher, Hunter, spear fishing, and he does all of that other stuff right-handed.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, super strange.
Weird. But then I've got family, like multiple family members who are left-handed.
Yeah.
But play all their sports right-handed.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
This must have been like when he first picked it up, just felt better and swinging it the other way.
Must have. He probably just got given a set of right-handed clubs. Because this is the other thing I saw about him. He grew up on a golf course, but none of his family were into golf.
Yeah, right.
At all. And he just walked out the backyard and would go check it out and be on the course and be around it and had a crack. So he probably just got given some clubs and that's the way he played.
Yeah, and so, speaking of the way he plays, he's a short hitter by modern standards, only averaging 288 to 292 yards off the tee, putting him outside the top 100.
Right.
So it goes to say that you don't need to hit it as hard and as far as possible and further than other players to be able to be a good golf player, do you?
No. And I think a lot of people, you hear pros talk about it as well. Everyone gets tied up with the big drivers and the guys that can hit it
Yeah.
350, 400. But if you're getting into strife when you're hitting it that far,
Yeah. Yeah. What about did you hear about his putting percentages?
yeah, I can't remember the numbers, but I remember it being ridiculous, like something like 58 out of 59 from within 10 feet or something.
Yeah, it was like exactly that.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
wow.
Insane.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah. So good on him. Well done, Brian Harmon.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
While we're on the Open quickly,
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up, because I watched a bit of it on day one.
Yeah.
There was that big, tall South African fella, the amateur, who finished day one in first place. Did you see that?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Neither can I, but he was like 7 foot tall.
I did see him practicing, and I couldn't believe it. How tall he was, and like how far away he stood from the ball and everything.
Dude, absolute giant.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the numbers of it. I can't find it now. But anyway, yeah, he was leaps and bounds in front of a lot of people on day one.
Yeah.
The other one thing from the Open I quickly wanted to touch on, I know we've kind of gone a little bit rogue here, but we'll bring it back.
So rogue.
Did you see John Rahm's missed tap in?
No.
Dude. I was at the driving range on Sunday with the kids.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walked in the pro shop, the guy behind the counter was like, hey, what's this? So he's like, I don't know, 1.5 foot out.
Yeah.
And just walks up and goes to tap it in, but only taps it halfway to the hole.
Oh, has he done like he hasn't even set up, he just taps it with one hand sort of thing?
Yeah. He didn't hit it hard enough. So he lost a strike. He had to hit it again.
John. And where did he finish up though? I can't even remember.
He finished tied for second at 7 under.
Yeah, right.
So had he not done that, he would have had outright second.
Just a brain explosion, wasn't
it? Dude.
Ultimate brain explosion.
Yeah.
Okay. Second news article from the Bird and Bogey.
Yeah.
Cult hero shocker amid open carnage. And we are talking about none other than Justin Thomas. I think I shared it on our stories and I showed you the photo of his first round. What was he? 11 over, 82, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the guys I played with on Friday was having a laugh because he scored better than Justin Thomas.
Insane.
Yeah. Poor guy.
So in that round, it included a quadruple bogey on the final hole.
He's one of us.
He is welcome. Put him on the KPIs.
Yeah. That's it.
It just happens to us all, and you know, it just makes me feel so much better. How does it make you feel when you see those guys just absolutely just having a carnage of a hole?
I feel bad for them.
I guess that's where we're different.
I can only imagine the amount of work they put in to fail like that and how much that'd hurt. Yeah. It's like a whole lifetime of effort to just have a shit day. You'd really...
It's, I think McIlroy had a tough time on that same hole. He got the quadruple. I think it's those three, like, they're almost like mine shaft sand pits. They're so deep. Just off the ring. It's insane.
There was one of the par threes. I saw Xander Schauffele. He hit out of the bunker and it just rolled off the green,
into the
around and back into the bunker.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So brutal stuff.
But that's like what we were saying about live courses appearing easier the other week. It's it's the last major of the year.
Yeah.
And it's the courses put together to make it not fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's there to weed out the best pro players, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to be insanely consistent for 72 holes.
Yeah.
You've basically got to play like 250 perfect shots.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm lucky to have one perfect shot a whole round.
I'll string like 4 or 5 together in 104 goes.
Yeah. I'm taking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've got a bit of a different one here on our third point. It's the 1 yard fairway challenge. Now, have you seen this?
I have seen this before. Yeah.
Isn't this an incredible bit of footage? So it's from 2022, and it's Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and Tyrell Hatton. And I believe they're on an F1 track, I think it is, or something like that, on one of the straights.
I've no idea.
Yeah, and so they've laid out a bit of fairway up this straight, like for 350 meters, and the fairway is 1 yard wide, and they've got the three of them at the start of it with a driver, and the aim is to drive from where they are and land the ball on the fairway and let it come to a stop on the 1 yard fairway. And it's insane. They're there for hours, and like they're shanking them left and right, and they're bouncing on the tarmac and then ending on the green and then rolling off. And I think after about 3 or 4 hours, Hatton lands it on the fairway and it comes to a stop. And it's so good. I highly recommend anyone who hasn't seen it to go have a watch.
Go have a look.
Yeah. But McIlroy's saying, he's like, I'm not leaving until I get this. And then like next stroke, Hatton's like, he's like, I'm just going to go back to the hotel bar. And he's like, I'll just have one more hit. And then he gets it.
Oh,
So good.
lucky.
Yeah.
The next one I wanted to touch on was Matthew Jordan at the Open.
Yeah.
So he had to qualify. He had to play at another course in the Liverpool area to qualify for the Open, and he's been a member at Royal Liverpool since he was 7 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and he teed off. I think he teed off first on day one.
Yeah.
The first round, and then got to walk off first as well, which was pretty cool.
That's so good.
Yeah, but that was a pretty like he's a relatively unknown guy, but
can you imagine
being major at your local club?
Yeah. And imagine being a member of a golf course. Yeah, imagine being a member of a golf course since you were 7. God. Oh.
I was thinking about it the other day because I've got just a social membership at Gosford. I'm like, am I going to get bored of this place?
Are you?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
How long's your membership? Is it like a year or 5 years?
Yeah, it's a year.
Yeah, okay.
It's a year.
Yeah. What was that golf course you sent me today?
Oh, it's at Bonville?
Where is that?
Up near Coffs Harbour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've read a few reviews on it, and it was described as the Augusta of Australia.
It is a pretty looking course.
It looks very good.
Wow. Are we good enough to go and hack around there, or
if you pay your fee, you can do what you like.
Pay your fee, off we go.
Yeah.
It looks.
Anyway, bring it back in. The last one on the Bird and Bogey top 5, Ricardo.
Ricardo is back.
He is back. Did you watch any of the race?
I watched the highlights.
I stayed up until almost 1 a.m. on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Silly idea. I've been shuttered all week from it.
Yeah.
So he ended up qualifying 13th. Sonoda was in 15th, so he beat his teammate, which is the first time Sonoda's been beaten by his teammate this year.
So that's a great start.
Great start. Heading into turn 1, I can't pronounce the Chinese bloke that races for Alpha. I think it's like Zhou Van Gu or something. Anyway.
Try your hardest.
No, I just did. He missed his start and then tapped Ricardo on the back coming into turn one. And then Ricardo pinned the two Alpines and they took each other out.
No way.
Did you see that in the highlights?
Yeah, I can't remember it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, so then Ricardo ended up back in like 17th after starting in 13th.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, we were talking about it before we came on. Good strategy, made decisions early, which came from probably racing experience, I'd assume.
Yeah, so we had the 3 tyre changes, wasn't it? 2 or 3?
Yeah. I think he had an extra one, yeah.
And
but he caught, people were chewing through tyres. Apparently it was super hot.
Yeah.
And they were struggling to keep tyres.
It was like after 11 laps of the fresh change, he was like, let's change them again.
Well, they had a different tyre allocation on that Grand Prix as well. Normally they get 13 sets of tyres. They only had 11.
Yeah, okay.
For that whole weekend. And everyone was kicking up a stink because it's the circuit that chews the most tyres.
Yeah.
So a lot of the teams used a lot of their tyres through practice and qualifying.
Yeah. Interesting. And he was pretty consistent. His first lap, he did a 1 minute 24.16. And his last lap was a 1 minute 24.05. So he's done pretty well there.
Yeah. Yeah. And from all the coverage I watched, everyone's very happy to have him back.
Well, for a multitude of reasons. He's one of the most likable people in the world.
For sure. I can't wait to watch Drive to Survive next season with all this controversy.
And it's going to be so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because other than that, there hasn't really been much to talk about.
No. The season was boring.
Yeah. It's not been a one where I'm like, oh, what's happening? Let me catch up with it. I'm just not that connected to it. It might be just because, I love Ricardo and I'm an Aussie, but yeah, so
Red Bull have won their 12th race in a row, though. It's
just getting a bit insane, isn't it? Yeah. Bring
McLaren, on the other hand, see Piastri on turn one.
They what?
Did you see Piastri on turn one?
No. You're gonna have to talk me through it.
So Hamilton was P1, Verstappen was P2.
Yep.
Which meant that Hamilton had the outside line going into turn one.
Yeah.
Max has got him off the line. They're going side by side into turn one. Max pushes him wide. Piastri's on the inside of Lando, who was in P3.
Yeah.
Hamilton has to slow down so he doesn't collide with Max, which makes Lando put the anchors on as well, and Piastri just sneaks through, goes from P4 to P2.
I did see that.
On turn one.
Yes, that was a great...
But then McLaren stitched him up with strategy and he ended up back in P4.
Finished
fifth. They gave Lando priority.
Yeah. It's the same old story, isn't it?
It is, mate. It's unfortunate.
Lando's their golden child.
Yeah.
But yeah, McLaren have been doing a lot better in the last few races, though, and Piastri's been up there. What has he been like?
They've been at a bunch of different circuits now as well.
Yeah.
So it's not like they've just been suited to certain types, like Silverstone versus Hungary. They're very different.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's the Bird and Bogey.
Yeah.
And we would love to hear what you guys think of it. And if I feel like we kept some structure there.
We did all right. The whole purpose of this when we started it, though, was just to have a yarn and see where it took us. And now we're trying to be all structured and strict. So, yeah.
It's a bit of both. It's a bit in between.
I'm not going to hold my breath. I think we're just going to do what we like.
And if you want to listen to it or not, you can.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I reckon we should wrap up, buddy.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. You got anything else you want to ask me, mate?
Yeah, I've got one would you rather.
All right. Let's hear it.
Would you rather chew your own toenails or someone else's fingernails?
Oh, my God. Chew my own toenails.
Or someone else's fingernails.
Does that mean I have to try and pull my foot up to my mouth?
I don't know. Yeah, you'd have to figure it out. You'd have to work on your flexibility and make it happen.
I think I'm going. Oh mate, this is bad. I'm, I don't think you could ever chew someone else's fingernails, can you? Come on. I don't think that's acceptable in any circumstance.
You get to clean them first.
My toenails.
Either or.
I'm chewing my toenails. Nice one. All right, guys. Let's thank you for tuning in, and there you go, episode 8 of 3 Punch Marks. Ciao.